Now the wood was quiet and folded in night, and the moon's dream self-drifted among mirrored branches in stream and pool. The two wanderers, dark master and quick servant, crept among the shadowy trees, each with his portion of the charmed liquor, the one to make love run mad, the other to make love run smooth and prosperous to life's end. First, Oberon found what he had sought, and while Titania slumbered, and her drowsy sentinels nodded at their posts, he streaked her sleeping eyes with the purple flower's juice. "What thou seest when thou dost wake," he breathed, "do it for thy true love's take. Wake when some vile thing is near." He left her sleeping, and so cloaked and canopied in the garments of nature, that the youth and the girl who came into the glade soon after saw nothing but leaves and flowers. But then they never looked to see a sleeping queen, for they had eyes only for each other. Hermia and Lysander, those dear lovers in perfect accord, were weary from walking and were lost. "We'll rest us, Hermia," proposed Lysander, "if you think it good." "Be it so, Lysander," agreed small dark Hermia with a downward cast of her eyes. "Find you out a bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head." "One turf shall serve as pillow for us both," said Lysander with a tenderness that filled sweet Hermia with grave misgivings. "Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet, do not lie so near." Fervently Lysander protested that his intentions were most honorable, and urged his lovely Hermia to reconsider her unkind decision. But Hermia shook her head. "Lie further off in human modesty," she insisted with gentle reproach. "Such separation may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend." Lysander sighed, but deferring to his lady, found himself a bed some little way removed, and presently the lovers, united in spirit though divided in flesh, closed their eyes in sleep. So they lay when Puck found them, and surprised and vexed to see so much distance between them, instantly took them for the youth and girl he had been told to find. "This is he my master said despised the Athenian maid, and here the maiden's sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground," the goblin cried indignantly. "Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack-love, this kill-courtesy." Straightway, and without another thought, he anointed Lysander's closed eyes with the charmed juice, and returned to Oberon, well pleased with his success. No sooner had he departed than calamity came into the glade. It came with a rush and a cry and a moan and a wail. It came in the shape of doleful Helena, chivied by bush and fingered by briar, with her gown in as many tatters and shreds as her heart. She paused, panting for breath. She had lost Demetrius, and she knew not where to turn. "But who is here?" she cried. "Lysander on the ground?" She rushed and knelt beside him, hanging her anxious face above his, like a sad moon with lips, eyes, and streaming silken hair. "Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake." He awoke, opened his bewitched eyes, saw Helena, for there was little else within his scope, and loved her madly as he had never loved before. Shocked beyond measure, Helena drew back, reminded Lysander that it was Hermia he loved. "Oh, not Hermia, but Helena I love," cried Lysander. "Who will not change a raven for a dove?" And he poured out so wild a torrent of passion that Helena quailed before it and thought herself to be most unkindly mocked. "Oh, that a lady of one man refused," she sobbed, "should of another be therefore abused." And she fled from the clearing dismayed. Lysander, seeing the sleeping Hermia, wondered how he could ever have loved her. "Hermia," he cried, but softly, for he did not want to awaken her, "sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near." And then off he rushed in pursuit of Helena, who pursued Demetrius, who in his turn pursued Hermia, who, laying sleeping and abandoned, with nothing for company but troubled dreams. She awoke and called out for Lysander. There was no answer. She looked. The glade was empty. She called again. "Lysander, Lord!" "What, out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word?" She trembled, she shook, she cried out in terror, and then, like Helena before her, from the clearing she fled, dismayed. The glade was still, and the troubled moonlight calm again, so that the disturbed bushes and shaken leaves were restored to skillful silverware. Oberon's queen still slept upon her secret couch. Her magically anointed eyes had yet to open.